Good morning, folks. I know I'm late for the weigh-in. I see some of you anxious for it out there. I'm anxious to show it to you. So I made a few mistakes this morning. So first mistake number one is I woke up and I done my weigh-in, like I do before I actually film it, so I could kind of get a feel for what's going to go on with the scale and how I'm going to talk about it, right? And how I'm going to talk about it, and everything. And I woke up and I weighed in like that, and it was a standstill on the scale from yesterday, a complete standstill. So then I got busy around the house, after answering a few comments and stuff before I turned the camera on, and I got to thinking about breakfast and how I wasn't really hungry and the standstill on the scale. And a commenter, one of my subscribers commented last week when I only lost the 0.8 pounds, that if I would have waited a little while to weigh in, maybe that would make a difference, right? So my intention was to wait a little while and weigh in, which I'm still going to do that when I get home. But then, that thing of with Cole telling me if, you didn't feel like eating breakfast and you weren't hungry, because I was still, feeling the salad from last night, to be honest with you. And so I messed around and I drank a solo cup full of that V8 orange mango that I used to make my peach smoothie with yesterday. And I got to think, I ain't filmed the weigh-in yet. After I done that, it was too late. I done drank it. I got back on the scale, and I was up 1.8 pounds. So I was like, son of a gun. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to, what I did from there was an old Gen X trick. Listen, I grew up with two older sisters that they were masters of manipulating the scale. I learned a lot of what I show you through them growing up. So my two sisters were, maybe, I think the youngest one, she passed away some years ago. The youngest one, my youngest sister, Carol, I think she was 4 years older than me, and the other one is 5.5 years older than me. They were close in age, but I was a little behind them. Then I got a brother that's 12 years younger than me. He's a millennial. So he's even younger than Cole and them, I think. So, yeah. But anyway, I learned a lot from them, how to manipulate and master that scale, because they knew things, because all we had back then, we didn't have exercise gyms all over the place and stuff back in those times. Exercise was walking, and that's what I do. I power walk. And I wound up getting in 6,000 steps before I left the house, because I was thinking, man, I don't want to show. I'm gonna have a hard time explaining all this. I might as well make a better video out of the weigh-in. So what I'm doing now is waiting to try to get that thing back down to the standstill weight. Is why I power walked it off like that. And who knows, we may could even see a drop off of that instead of a standstill. But, I'd be happy with the standstill at this point, because I know definitely after the glass of juice is definitely not the standstill weight. So it's kind of walking off the calories from that, get a little bit of burn in, as long as you don't overdo it too bad on food or your calorie intake. You can kind of sometimes back that scale up a little bit when things like that occur. And that is what I'm teaching you this morning. So like I said, I got about 5.5. I got 5,600 steps in, so close to 6,000. By the time I go in the store and get everything I need to do Taco Tuesday with, you know, I'll definitely be over 6, maybe 7,000 steps, and I'll do the weigh-in as quick as I get back home, and it's still pretty early in the morning. It's 9:43 a.m. right now. I should be getting back home around 10:30, 11, somewhere around in there, and we'll do the weigh-in then. But yeah, that is kind of what I got going on. Ooh, about to see a wreck here. About to see a wreck. Somebody went ahead and turned right, but the oncoming traffic had the error. Look, here goes the police. Let me get out the way. I don't know if they saw that or not. They look like they're cruising on up there. Yeah, they might be going after them. Talk about bad luck, bad timing. But anyway, yeah, that's what I got going on this morning with the scale weigh-in. I just wasn't thinking. I should have just, what I should have done was just done it right away. But I am interested the next time that happens and waiting a little while just to see if that subscriber's right about the drop, the soon drop, because you know I ate a little bit later dinner yesterday, a little bit later, around 6 p.m. and that might have played, that he may be right, it might have played a role in today's standstill, and I just wanted to be sure of it. Maybe I just won't chance things like that again. Alright, we'll talk to you in a minute. I gotta get some gas. Alright. So, alright, I'm on my way home to do the weigh-in now. It is 11 after 10 a.m. in the morning. So we should be getting there shortly. And yeah, I am feeling the hunger hormone grilling. It's what you feel when your stomach's rumbling and hungry and stuff. I feel it kicking in. And I purposely tried to get it to kick in so I could see if I could drop that scale. Because when you feel that, you know you've emptied out again. So I feel like the juice may be gone now. So we should be able to see the original weight from this morning once I'm able to step on that scale again. Let's see if I wound up with anything extra. Nope, I'm at 5,900, so almost 6,000 steps in. So we'll just take that. We'll take it. What else was I going to discuss? It was something else on my mind. I can't remember. Something else I was going to discuss. Oh yeah, it's going to be a protein day for me. And the reason I'm doing a protein day today is because so far I've been having one every 3 days. This day I went 1 day longer. I haven't had a protein day since Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 3 complete days of just the sugar diet. And I feel like I reached a maximum with it today. Like I say, I'm a power walker. It feels like my body is starting to take protein from my muscles. I'm having leg pains that I normally wasn't having in the muscle areas, you know. Kind of around the knee area as well on the right leg, but I've had issues with that in the past. Old knee injury from years ago that kind of aches on me anyway on a rainy day, and it's kind of overcast, cloudy today, so that it might be some of that, but it does feel like my calf muscles are a little sore, and kind of a little tense, like, and I feel it throughout other muscles in my body as well. It's weird. Maybe it's the diet working on my muscle structure. Like, he says you get ripped, you get cut or ripped or whatever. It gets you skinny ripped or whatever. I don't know, but I also feel my muscles in my stomach, for a change, starting to tighten up a little. Like there's some muscle something going on that I'm not sure of how to answer that. But yeah, I think 2 straight days of sugar fast and then a serving of protein it was the right thing for me. I wanted to go a little further just to see what it felt like today. And I feel I could just be paranoid, I could just, like he says, be not let go. But yeah, I feel some issues that I think I might need to have one of those meat day, cheat days he'd be talking about. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm gonna go home, get the weigh-in done. We'll talk about it, and then it'll be time for Terry Taco to take over the Taco Tuesday episode for the week. But yeah, I didn't do a shopping adventure with him. I gotta introduce my new audience to Terry slowly. Terry's new around here too, so. But anyway, that's what I got for you right now. That's kind of how I'm feeling. That's kind of how I was feeling this morning, even before the juice. But yeah, I'm feeling like it is time to break it up a little bit. I don't feel like any of this come from the salad, the standstill or anything. I don't feel like none of that's come from the salad, because I've eaten similar salads and been fine with weight loss up to this point. I think my body is just doing some catching up with all that it's been through. With all that it's been through, I think it's just doing some catching up. I feel leaner. I can actually look down and see my lap for a change without a hump there. Restaurant booths. I can fit in some restaurant booths. If you Americans out there that are familiar with a Waffle House, you know how tight those booths are. My stomach used to hug over and under the table be sitting like this, and my stomach be hanging on each end, the top and the bottom. That's how I had to squeeze in those things. Now I got room to play patty cake with the table and my stomach with my hand in there. That is fantastic. Now, I was having those results before the sugar diet, but now I can scoot in that booth and probably maybe make room for one more person. I am 6'3", so I do have a very large frame. Very large frame for a man. But yeah, the inches are going down. They're going down. I know some of you have talked about clothes and stuff like that. That is something I'm definitely gonna have to check out, because I wear drawstring shorts and stuff. My shorts and pants are all kind of jogging style or drawstring style, except for some of my jeans, which a lot of jeans now they make with a little bit of stretch to them, so you can get away with a little more in jeans than what you used to. Go back in my day, they didn't have an ounce of stretch. Whatever size you wore, you better make sure it was right, or you were gonna be uncomfortable or pulling your pants up all day long if you didn't have a belt. But yeah, even without clothes, I can tell, and people telling me all the time too when I run into them, "You've lost some weight, haven't you? You look like you've lost weight." That makes you feel better than anything right there. Now, I always wait for that. I don't tell people that I've lost. The people that know through my YouTube channel, they know. They know, and they tell me all the time. They brag when they see it. But there's a lot of people that don't know, and that's the people that's fun to find out. And that's my advice to you. If you're losing weight, just keep it to yourself and let others tell you. That's when you know things are really working. That's when you know stuff is really working right there. But yeah. All right, so that's enough of me rambling on. There's some other things I could really talk about. Some exciting things kind of happened last night. Some bodybuilder, fitness guy said some things. Blah, blah, blah. Wah, wah, wah. And then tried to sell us a chocolate protein shake at the end. But yeah, I won't get into that. I'm just going to go do my way in and do what I know is working. Do what you all see is working. I'm not alone here. A lot of people see it. All right, folks, I'm finally back home. It is 10:40 a.m. in the morning. It is Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. And here goes nothing. Let me empty my pockets out. Get all them keys and stuff out. Watch out, Oscar. Get the dog out of the way. Ugh.
Hello. Please step on the scale.
Step on the scale. See, I had to buy this large medical scale. I got size 13 foot. See what it says.
Your weight is 290.6 pounds.
All right, so I didn't get it back down to the 290.2 that it was yesterday, but I did get it to 290.6. I didn't figure once I drank the juice that I would be able to get it to drop any lower. I could have done that though had I waited a little longer. But Cole says we got to drink that breakfast, or we got to get that breakfast in no matter what. And he said if you don't feel like eating, which was the case with me this morning, is why I went ahead and chugged down the V8 mango orange. And I felt good afterwards, but then I was like, oh, I forgot to do the weigh. I should have done it right when I got up. That's my bad. I'm probably a little electrolyte low right now, so I'm fixing to go. I got some of those Walmart electrolyte packets. I'm fixing to go mix me up one of those and drink it, and then I will move on with Taco Tuesday. So. You folks tell me what y'all think down in the comments, man. It's been quite the morning. Yeah, that's just me messing around. But luckily, hey, we got at least to go back almost to where the standstill was supposed to be. Thank goodness for that. All right. That's all I got for this one, folks. So until the next time, you folks have a good one.